Backstage, day number 3 of Rock on the Range, joined by the gentleman that opened the main stage, Jonny from Nothing More. How are you?
Doing good, man.
How did it feel to be the first band to go on the main stage today?
Felt good to open it up, man. I think there actually was a band before us, Rival Sons.
Yes, you're right.
So they got it warmed up pretty good, and we're still warming it up for Metallica. At the end of the night. But it was great. Man, I can't complain. I felt a little tired today because we're at the end of our tour. It was just one of those feeling it kind of things. But I got the adrenaline kick in on stage, got through the show, and felt really good. There was a girl in a wheelchair crowd surfing, and there was a guy in a chicken suit. And it was fun.
I saw the guy in the chicken suit. I also saw the Flash at one point. There was a guy dressed as a Flash.
Gordon.
Yeah, right. So before we talk about the wrap up of the tour, the Machine Shop last night, tell me what that contraption is that you guys have on stage.
I don't even know. It's a brainchild we had about a year ago, and we built it while we were working on this last record. Daniel, our bass player, is kind of the engineer in the band with all the metal gears, and he experimented with a lot of different approaches to this idea, and we call it the Scorpion Tail. That's kind of our pet name for it.
Where did the idea come from? Was it just we want to do something that's going to look different, going to be different?
It was something that evolved, like most of our ideas, from a tiny idea that turned into another idea that turned into another. But basically, I had this thing that I bought at a music store that was like a MIDI controller, which is basically like you see DJs on stage pressing buttons and turning knobs and remixing stuff. Well, I got one of those, and I wanted to remix the guys in real time. So basically, you know how guitar players have their pedal boards and all their effects? I wanted to control their effects while they were playing, like a DJ would control stuff. And so I started experimenting with that. It started sounding cool. And then Daniel, our bass player, was like, man, why don't I build something that you can wrestle with rather than this little stupid thing with buttons, something with levers and big old buttons, arcade style buttons that you can really slap.
Right.
So it just evolved over time into what you see now.
How many small venues can that thing fit into? Have you been able to use it on the entire tour?
Most of the shows, even the Machine Shop we played the last 2 nights in a row, and it's a small venue, but we love it. And I was in the rafters. You can't even see me. I was just up there with all these screws sticking through the ceiling and pipes. And so we make it work, even if it's like that.
Speaking of the Machine Shop, we're just about an hour north of Flint, and we do a lot of stuff with the Machine Shop, and I know bands love playing there. What is it about the Machine Shop that makes it arguably the best rock club in the country?
Kevin, the guy who runs it, is really exceptionally good to the bands. You always feel welcome. You kind of feel part of something there. There's so much history there. There's so many bands that have kind of made built their foundations touring, and that was one of the main stops. You see pictures of them all over the wall. So it just has a lot of history, a lot of heart, a lot of family kind of culture within the music business. So it's it's just one of those places, man. It's got a good vibe. If you haven't been there, you got to go.
It's it's a great venue, and you guys wrapped up the tour last night. How was the tour in general?
Oh, it was great. I mean, first week was a little stressful because we were working on the Scorpion Tail, and the whole week of pre-production leading up to the tour wasn't working. We spent hours and hours trying to get this thing to work right, and we were up late, long days before this tour, so we finally got it to work in the nick of time, and then ever since then the tour's been great, man.
Let's talk new album. You guys have been hard at work. The new album should be ready here fairly soon and ready to be released.
Yeah, we're dropping 2 songs next month, and then a song a week after that, or a few weeks after that we'll drop another one. So we're gonna throw a few out there before the whole record drops. The whole thing's gonna drop in September.
And what's the plan after that? Once the album is out there, I assume you guys are gonna be touring throughout the rest of 2017.
Yep. Once September hits, we'll be touring pretty hard all over.
Last question. This is more of a personal question. My buddy Kurt, I went to high school with him. He's been on tour with you guys for a couple of weeks now. That guy's a real asshole, right?
Oh, absolutely. I hate that guy. You hate him too? Right.
I do. I've known him for a long time. Yeah, he's a real dick. So I thought I'd...
Make sure to tell him.
Yeah, please do. He had sent me a text earlier, and I hope I don't have to see him.
Actually, I met some of his friends last night at the Machine Shop.
Yeah.
I think Alex and AJ or someone. I don't know if you know them, but they told me to punch him in the balls and tell him it's from Alex and AJ, and that he would appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Cool, awesome.
Didn't seem like he appreciated it though. I'm not really.
Maybe second time's the charm. Maybe wrap him in the nuts for me one time when you get back there.
Okay, maybe
Awesome.
maybe it was the wrong person.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll tell him it came from you this time.
Awesome. Johnny from Nothing More, thank you so much, man.